It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Boosting my label, brought it straight from the dirt. Double my burn, just a triple my word. Rocking the same clothes from the first to the third. Say what you want. Motivated by grace, but I don't like them. It's for the industry and all them haters that comprise it. I own my image and likeness. I'm fighting like Leonidas. To be righteous is key. I had to make my circle tighter, cause they life is the street. I'm from the jungle where you kill what you eat. I love the feast. Taught myself how to cook, it was Franks and butter beans. Hot summers, no treats. Niggas born with no retreat. If they gotta get you, they willing to shoot you right through the priest. That's where I'm raised at. Took the A back. Y'all niggas listening to slave rap. Just got my chain back, crafted by Arabs. Wait, I got a blade strapped under the wave cap. My city full of niggas bleeding like a fucking ASAS. So when I say I overcame the odds, I don't pray to God. Watch niggas that was shaving hard, had to take a charge till I came to change the cards. Hey, I ain't got no words for y'all. I don't do the rap beats. I'm trying to get my girl to drop.
But I know it's gonna get better than this. For sure. I don't have everything that I want. But if there's one thing that I know, it's gonna get better than this. For sure.
Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there, man. Y'all know we just came out here yesterday and was talking about Jay-Z, and here we are right back once again with another Jay-Z video, okay? Homeboy is coming outside, whether niggas like it or not, because there's a lot of people that don't fuck with him, and we know who you are, you know who you are, but them voices is finna get real small in 2026. I ain't gonna lie, because the nigga back, man. The nigga back. So, y'all know yesterday we talked about the big announcement of Jay-Z headlining at the Roots Picnic, which is coming up in just a couple months at the end of May. And that was a big deal, you know what I mean? Because it's been a while since he's done any headline shows. We did see him warming up, getting a little something going on at the Cowboy Carter tour. We saw him perform PSA at Tom Brady's, retirement Hall of Fame situation. We seen him do Paris Fashion Week on an impromptu show. You know what I mean? All of these things I mentioned yesterday. But today, we've got another announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Jay-Z will now be doing 2 back-to-back nights at Yankee Stadium. The first night will be for Reasonable Doubt, celebrating 30 years of Reasonable Doubt. The following night will be celebrating 25 years of The Blueprint. Okay? So, of course, Reasonable Doubt is Jay-Z's baby. That's his heart and soul. It's the album that it took him 26 years to create, as they say. His entire life before that moment all went into that album. It's the one that he holds most dearly to his heart. It's the one that he would have given Dame Dash access to his entire catalog if he could have only taken Reasonable Doubt and owned it outright. When the Rockefeller split happened, that was the conversation. You can keep the rest of my catalog, just give me Reasonable Doubt. Dame Dash said no. Right? The fact that they've been beefing for the past few years in court, public litigation, all this type of stuff. Once again, because of Reasonable Doubt. During the pandemic, Dame Dash tried to sell off his stake in ownership in that particular album, and he tried to sell it off as an NFT, right? However, doing something like that puts it out in the open market. Jay-Z and Biggs, who also have 33% ownership in that project, they basically exercised their veto option to be like, nah, nigga, that ain't it. We got to agree for any sales on this particular album, shifts in ownership, right? So from there, it began a whole fucking mess. Eventually, Dame Dash and his interest in Rockefeller, his interest in Reasonable Doubt, he lost them to public auction, and the state of New York is now an owner, which I'm quite sure behind the scenes, I wouldn't be surprised if Jay-Z got those shares. Gonna be honest. But nonetheless, there's a long legacy surrounding Reasonable Doubt, even beyond the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Magnifying the careers of producers like Ski Beats, who's still around today. Legendary production on that album. Really put Irv Gotti on the map as a producer on that album. He had been producing for like Mike Geronimo and shit like that, but that album really put him on the scene as a executive in the game, for real, for real. You had appearances from fucking Sauce Money, Jazzo, who was Jay-Z's big homie. You know, it's so much rich history behind that album. The first appearance of Foxy Brown, a dope appearance from Mary J. Blige. This is before she was really doing hip hop features crazy like that. And she didn't even know Jay. You know what I mean? Did it off the strength of a paper bag transaction. The whole independent ethos that they had, doing the fucking videos on speedboats and funding it themselves. Just a lot of history behind that album that's gonna be culminating behind that celebration. And then of course with the Blueprint, an iconic album in its own right. Another one of Jay-Z's most prized possessions. Jumped off the Kanye West movement. Kanye was around. He was of course ghost producing for the likes of like D Dot and working on Beanie Siegel here and there. Hell, he might have even had a joint on Bleak before he actually produced for Jay. We had a vocal appearance from Kanye on Never Change. His career jumped off. You know, he turned out to be, you know, different than we expected. But at the time, it was beautiful. Just Blaze, Bink. You know what I'm saying? Can't talk about that album without Bink, because I think he actually was the first one to turn in Beats 40 album to even start where that direction was going. Song Cry, I like, big record. Still lives to this day. Like, so much is coming to a head with the announcement of these shows, because now we get to relive those moments all over again. Can you tell I'm looking forward to that shit? Now, I'm not going to be there in New York at Yankee Stadium. It's very slim chances that I'm going to be out there. But I do hope there is some level of live streaming. Still owns Tidal. When he did them other shows, he streamed it on Tidal, but maybe they might make it exclusive to people in the building. That would be a travesty, but we'll see how it plays, right? So let's go ahead and get to the details of all this, shall we? So here we are on Rock Nation's Twitter page. They say 2 historic nights to celebrate the iconic albums Reasonable Doubt and The Blueprint. Jay-Z 30 on Friday, July 10th. Jay-Z 25 on Saturday, July 11th. Yankee Stadium. Stay tuned. Now, there is not a ticket link here, but we do have the flyer. Jay-Z, we still got the umlauts on the name, even though the Blueprint was not printed with that in his name. But 2 back-to-back nights in July. Now, that still gives us time, because remember, Reasonable Doubt, if I'm not mistaken, was released in June. So there still could be something in June before that. Single, I'd be open to it. Probably not an album before these performances. Uh wouldn't be surprised if he dropped something in the winter around his birthday. Another album. Who knows? But I'm not gonna try to predict anything because if you know anything about Jay-Z and Beyonce, they like to play with the numbers. So I don't know what the numerology scheme is that they gon' you know, that they have in mind for the release. I'm not even gonna try to play with it. But what we do know for certain is the Roots Picnic is happening at the end of May, and July 10th and 11th, he will be at Yankee Stadium back-to-back days. Now, some people were expecting Jay-Z to perform at the Barclays Center. There were some folks that were looking into some open dates at the Barclays. They thought he was going to choose that as his grand opening, grand closing for a performance. And those people actually, at this moment, are incorrect. Now, again, that does not mean he won't. But at this moment, we don't have that on paper. Now, I thought that was interesting enough in its own, right? But then we got Revolt here, and they made this announcement saying that Lizzo, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and more plan to be in attendance at this year's Met Gala. The theme, fashion is art. Okay? And we've got these graphics here about who to expect at the Met Gala. Now, I would have thought that Jay-Z and Beyonce would remain like special guests, like hidden guests, like see them when you see them guests. But so far, we actually have a list. We have Zendaya, we have Tiana Taylor, Kelly Rowland, Michael B. Jordan, Cardi B, of course, who's there pretty much every year. We've got Angela Bassett, Lewis Hamilton, SZA, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat. We've definitely been seeing them in attendance there pretty consistently as well. Here we have Jay-Z, Pharrell Williams. You want to invite Channing? Beyonce, Serena Williams, and Venus Williams. Okay. This lineup right here is pretty dope. Especially when people like Serena Williams is catching heat from certain people out here. A lot of people feel like the person that's distributing that heat has a problem with Jay-Z as well. Do I know that to be a fact? No. But we also know that person also has an issue with Pharrell. Very interesting. Another graphic here shows Sierra, Naomi Campbell, Olandria, Alicia Keys, Lizzo, and Coco Jones. Now, this is not the exhaustive list. This is just what Revolt posted. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this Jay-Z and Beyonce appearance rolls out with the Met Gala. Sure, they're not going to try to steal the show or anything like that. But again, I just find it very interesting that their names are in the mix amongst everyone else. Typically, they like to be exclusive. Now, what I find to be very funny, and I don't mean to be messy because I love these niggas, is as all of this was announced, Nas also released his music video with DJ Premier. So we've got another day of something Nas related kind of being overshadowed by Jay. I can't show the video, but Nas and DJ Premier, they released the music video for Get Ready today on Nas channel, Primo channel, and Mass Appeal. Of course, that's from their Light Years project that they put out in collaboration with each other. Dope song from the project as well. But quite literally, it was uploaded 6 hours ago. And just a couple hours ago, we get this whole Jay-Z Yankee Stadium ordeal. Do I believe they still have issues? No. At this point, do I believe this is a tradition? Fuck yes. But like I said, I love both these niggas, man. I took pieces of both of their what they bring to the table. The lyricism, the flair, the swag on the mic, like they different, but I took cues from both. You know what I'm saying? I take inspiration from both. But this one was just so apparent, man. Because I remember the announcement for the video happening yesterday, and then today is like, oh shit. Okay. I am curious to know, like, who all might be special guests at the Jay-Z Yankee Stadium shows. Like, do the artists that actually featured on those albums, do all of them make an appearance? I'm pretty sure we know somebody that's not gonna be there. Somebody I talked about earlier in the video, because niggas want to try to disrespect somebody's kids. But I do wonder who shows up. Memphis Bleak is on Reasonable Doubt. Unfortunately, Biggie's not here with us. He's on Reasonable Doubt as well. Shit, Irv Gotti's not here to fucking see it with some of his best beats. But not to bring the mood down or anything, because I am excited. And I'm just spitballing. I'm like, damn, I wonder who's actually gonna come out on stage for that shit. Do we get any Blueprint 2 state property appearances? I don't know. But that's what I got for y'all on this one. Big shout out to the folks over there at Rock Nation that put it together. I'm excited. I'm really hoping for a new album this year. I don't feel like Jay-Z comes outside to fucking rap on stage for nothing. I understand the momentous occasion for these albums and stuff like that. But on the same token, I don't think he just comes outside strictly for that. You know, if we see this nigga pop up with that fucking Dark Caesar at some point, then we really gonna know what time it is. He been saying for a couple years now, he been wanting to cut his locks off. So that will be an interesting piece to look out for as well. We just saw T.I. start the year with his signature fade. Who knows? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built.